a, a recap of the seminar because I'm so nice. You see my cool hair? Ooh, fancy, huh? It's turning green, it's fading. Alright, so remember to not feed them in heel position because after they eat the cookie, they're going to drop their heads to look for crumbs. So you don't want to encourage that habit. So that'll be rule number 1. Rule number 2, it's reward behind you for healing and not in position or in front of them. That'll be rule number 2. Rule number 3 will be to not let them look away from you. So you're always going to keep them engaged from one position to the other, to the next one, to the next one. They're always following you and they never drop their eyes. That way they're always chasing you. That'll be rule number 3. Rule number 4 will be if they're playing fetch or tugging, they have to tug on your chest. Up, up, up here. So she has to come up. I'm not going to bend over and pull because this pushes her away. I'm going to lean back, up here, and bring her in. Good, and try to lean back and bring her back over here, up, good girl. And even have it like kind of like jumping up onto my chest to get the reward. The moment you bend over, they pull away. So we don't want them pull away. We want them closer to us in front and everything. So all of this reflects right. So lean back, invite him over to be on your chest. So that'll be rule number 4. And rule number 5 would be to use your leash constantly for anything that needs encouragement or anything that needs corrections. So if she starts pulling away or disengaging, pop the leash towards your knees and bring her in with you. And that usually turns them a little bit into defensive, into the fence. So they start getting a little bit aggravated, but also they start wanting to get back to you. So kind of like plays with their minds a little bit. So if they're being bad, just pull them in. Get, good job. And then they come in closer without getting offended. So that'll be rule number 5. And number 6, and I can probably keep adding more rules. Rule number 6 will be to keep a cookie in your mouth. So that way they're looking at your face. You can use cheese, hot dogs, or anything. That way they're looking at your face. You can encourage that. You can pretend you're getting treats from your mouth to keep their attention a little bit longer if you're healing and not getting the treats from your pocket. Because if you're getting the treats from your pocket, then they're dropping their face, they're dropping their head. So you want them looking up, pulling upwards towards that treat. So keep the treat in your mouth or hold it in your mouth. So that will be the 6 rules, 6 basic rules that I kind of got from the seminar. And now on rewarding, it's all about how you turn your hand. So they always eat cookies from the palm of your hand. So when you're treating them or rewarding them from behind, you're going to bring your hand from here to here. Keep the palm of your hand facing behind you, like this, right? Hold the cookie. Don't knock the camera now. Hold the cookie on your thumb like that, right? And they're going to go whatever that open palm is. So if you move this little pocket right here farther out this way, the dog's going to come around you and look for it on this side, right? Because they're not going to eat the cookie from here. They're going to eat it from here because that's where it is. So when you're treating them from behind, bring the cookie from here, bring it right behind you, right by the seam of your pants, and you want the dogs to be straight and parallel to you. Straight, kind of like coming out of your butt right that way, like a tail, right there. I don't want to see their tails over here. I don't want to see their tails over there too much. It's right there behind you. And you achieve that by moving your palm this way, so they come closer this way. So turning it in this way closest to you. It has to be by their nose level. If it's too high, they're going to jump, and that's not the idea of this. So on a shorter dog, lower as far as you can without turning back to them, because that's going to push them back. Just they're going to follow the cookie, so just get them to find the cookie, and that's the first part of that. So not looking, bring your hand back without eye contact. And on the steps for that, for actual physical foot steps, you're going to make your L shape. So if your feet are parallel, you're going to touch the back of your left foot, the mid part of your left foot to the back of your right foot, and make kind of like a T of sorts, while keeping your upper body straight. which I've covered this before. So if they're parallel to each other, right, like this, bring your left one back, and that's when you curve your hand and cup it behind you. That way your upper back kind of sort of comes back a little bit, brings them farther that way. So then when you pop them like this, when you turn your upper torso this way, then the dogs push up with that energy. Now, for this first exercise, it's not a luring motion. It's a more like find the treat motion. So we're not having them nibble, 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 follow the treat and go behind, because then they kind of go to that pace. They're going to learn to go into a finish at that pace that you lure them back. So instead, you're going to let them look at the cookie, and then you're going to move the cookie behind you quickly. So they get to go from here, where does the cookie go? Let me find it behind you, and then once they go behind you and use their nose, they get the reward for that. So it's just from here to there. The dog is not being lured, it's just finding the cookie and popping into position. The more energy you put into it, pop, the faster they're going to go. If you go just slowly, they're going to go very slowly. So we're always trying to add that extra push from them. So let's cover that with Kaya. Very easy, and this could be done for puppies, so for spotty pants, or for any dogs usually that need any encouragement in that heeling or setups or anything. This actually fixes a lot of problems. So the dogs in front of you, they don't have to be sitting. I'm going to have a cookie on my mouth and a cookie on my hand. This is just going to be my reloading cookie, so I don't have to grab treats from my pocket. Good. Hi. Good. So treat in front. Good. Bring the cookie behind. She gets to get it. Get it. Good. Hey. Here. Kai. Good. Good. So that part again. Let me try it again. She's distracted here with the floor. Hey. Good girl. So use your leash. Good girl. There you go. Back. Get it. Good. So just right there, my feet change from parallel to a T, and the dog's behind me finding the cookie from my hand. Good. So we need 2 cookies, because if you use only 1 cookie, when you get the second cookie from your pocket, right, if, let's say you treated them from behind, right, and you're loading your next one, they usually drop their heads. Now she's just been playing this game, so she's still in that mindset, but they're the head. That this time makes them drop their head. So you have to have a next one ready. So 2 cookies, 1 ready, 1 in your hand. From standing, it doesn't matter. Back behind, they find the cookie. Good. The second step after that is going to be turning to face them as you're eating the cookie. So you don't let them have any time to disconnect. They're chewing, they're not thinking, but they're still sort of looking up. And then you turn and face them right as they're chewing the cookie. When they swallow that last piece, then you're ready to the next rep. And it's basically the same loop over and over again. So cookie in your mouth, the dog goes behind you, it eats the cookie, turn to face them, you're ready, turn them behind again. Good. If you have more cookies, good, turn to face them, bring them behind, parallel, have the next one ready. So I shouldn't have it on my pocket, but I don't have enough cookies. So keep it in your mouth, turn to face them, bring them behind. Good. Turn to face them, bring them behind, and then just continue that constant loop of attention. So they're eating their cookie behind you, this releases some pressure, then you turn to face them, this adds some pressure, but since you have a cookie in your mouth and they learn to follow it, it's not as much pressure to them to just look back at your face and connect back with you again. So that will be this simple little game. Very easy. When you're rewarding on heeling, if you're heeling with them, reward them from behind. Because border collies and any pushier dogs, if you train them more, they learn to forage because they like it so much. They want to keep on looking for that treat in your mouth. So you want to be able to reward from behind. So if they're heeling and they're heeling all nice, bring them back and treat them from behind, right here, right? And then you can continue your heeling, and you usually would have a cookie in your mouth, a secondary cookie, so you can continue that motion. Good, here. Good, so we'll go something like this, Kai. Good girl. Good, so back here, good, treat over there, right? Secondary cookie from my mouth, good. Here, what's this? Good, treat from here. The dog goes back and gets the treat behind, turn to face them, then you're ready to either engage back to a release to playing tug in your chest, or to do that little loopy thing again, to continue engaging them. So as they get better, what you do with time is you stop treating from behind. You just move your hand to the front, and your hand is holding the leash. And they think they're gonna get a treat from behind you, but they don't. So their connection stays with you, and then you can push a little bit more healing steps. So here you go. Yep. Oh, good girl. Good. So treat from behind. They don't get it. I bring her in, up, 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 up. Good. Circle, circle, circle. Good. Treat from behind. Good. So I'll reload the cookie a lot behind me, but then I won't give her one. Then she gets the other one for following me and healing, and then she has to go back again to get the cookie from behind. So she'll get a reward for that second one, but not for the first one. So you start fading out that lure, but don't push it too fast because then they start not coming all the way behind you. So it's just a game of balance and keeping everything flowing and equally rewarding as as you're asking for work, so they don't get bored. Good job, girl. Good. 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 On fronts, if you're doing fronts, always a double finish, a double front. And kite. Good. So if she comes front, she sits, bring the cookie to your mouth, 2 hands on the collar like this, just kind of hook it from the top and bring them into a second front, and then you give them the cookie on that second front. That way they learn to not auto-finish because they get clever and they always think front finish, front finish. Even if you don't mix them, they're going to learn it. It happens. If in the ring they ever, while you're competing, they auto-finish, do not let them. So if the judge says finish and the dog's going, I know it's going to be hard to remember sometimes, but just turn to face them. Don't let them auto-finish. You'll lose some points, but the dog does not learn that he can do that in the ring. Because the worst thing they can learn is that they can do things in the ring where you cannot correct them or reward them. So just stop it from happening, take your points off, it will be about 4, and then just keep on going. Right? So don't let them learn those bad behaviors, because those are the hardest things to correct. Those mysterious behaviors that happen only in the ring, only when they're showing for real. Up. Good girl. Good. So double front, cookie in my mouth. I just make the motions now. Good, cookie in my mouth. She sits. Another front. Good. Keep her on the cookie. Cookie goes straight to her. Good. Then release away. Treat or leash up onto your chest. Good. And always they have to look for the toy, not you going up, because then this bends you over them. And then they either drop their heads or they push away or they pull the leash away from you. And then you have to chase them. So up, 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 up. Good. Up here, up here, up here. Good girl. Good. Good. If you're mixing on the same sessions doing signals, do not command while they're tugging, because they can only think of tugging or listening. So don't waste your commands. So let them stop tugging, right? Stop tugging, down. When they stop that pulling, then you can cue the down. Good. Good. Okay, good girl. Treat low, leash low towards your knees, not up and down. Good. Away. And I'm trying as much as possible to not bend over her, because it is hard when you're pulling the leash towards your knees to not bend over. But just kind of bend it and kind of do something like this. Good, good, good. Stop the motion. Down. Good. Okay, the treat goes slow, or the leash pulls away. They chase it. Down. Good. Good. So what you can do from here as well is doing signals. So on signals, you're laying down just like we just started it. Hey, good. And then same hand signals you're going to use for your hand signal when you're competing. Okay, good. Sit, walk into them. Take all that space that their front feet are taking over when they were doing the down, and push them back. Good. Good. So again, good. Down. Good. Ready. Good. Sit. Good. And I'll even push a little bit extra so she kind of scooches just a little bit, so we don't have any slow sits. Because as a border collie, and Sylvia pointed it out to me, okay, she is very tentative sometimes to push back, because she knows that fast motions with the sheep will push her, will push the sheep away. So she's learned to just be cautious and move slowly, either creep forward slowly or push back very slowly to not add much pressure onto the sheep. So that does not work for obedience because I want her to be quick and fast. So make sure that you're not reinforcing even by accident any slowness of anything. So downs are quick, sits are quickly, and stands are quickly too. So for the standing, so that cover the downs, that cover the sits. For the standings, have them sitting, which is easy, right? You're gonna do a little bit of a position reflex. So you pull on the leash a little bit so they sink back, fighting it away from you. Then you're gonna loosen it, stand, good. And you can do a little bit of a tap on their knees if they don't know how to stand. So you can do that, and that usually works. So the idea here is to kind of work on stays for a second. All 4 feet are level, right? Tense leash, loosen up the leash, stand, go, up, good girl. She does not know how to stand yet, but that's okay. So I'm just helping her with my leg. Do not have to bend over her and scoop her from under her belly, because this will be too much pressure and it will push her away. So just from sitting, I walk into her, good, ready, stand. I can just lift her from under with my foot without adding too much pressure, depending on what level they're in, so they don't get too stressed or too worried about things. Up, good. If they're idling and thinking, walk away, have them chase a cookie, so they're always thinking that stillness from you means you're going to interact. You're just waiting for them to step up. Good, good. They like all that, like, oh, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. Good girl. Good, let go. Good, good. And always talking to them. That was a big thing at the seminar. People stopped talking. Hey, good girl. Stay. Oh, good. Okay, that was good. So that moved a little bit easier because she was a little more intent. Let go. Good. Sit. Sit. Good. Tense leash. Loose leash. Stand. Good. Okay. Good girl. Good. Good. And on the stand, I'm going to reward it. I'm going to let her go back, 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 back. So again, adding a little bit more, something else. Let go. Sit. Good. Tense leash. Loose leash. Stand, walk into them, back, 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 leash, good girl. So just encouraging that backwards motion a little bit more with each time you go. Let go, sit, good, step close, right? So you can say sit, but then I just stay kind of like a little bit away from her, and her front feet was ahead of her a little bit. So if I'm playing tug, good. Let go, sit, push into them. Hey, sit, so they coil back quickly. If you do it on time, if you're quick with it. Let go, sit up, good girl. Good, up, up, there you go. So everything has to be quick, snappy, jerky, sometimes just snap movements, because that activates them a little bit more. If you're a slow slug, they're going to move slowly. And then they're going to move even slower when they're showing in the ring, when the stress kicks in. So that would be the beginning of this. That fixes a lot of things, as we saw in the 3 days of the seminar. Good girl. Good. So that little trick of feeding them from behind, turning to face them while they're eating the cookie, and then resetting and restarting that fixes a lot of problems. So I hope that helps. And watch the other videos. Good girl. Good girl, Kaya. Good girl.